Hi, this is Gayle. Welcome to my channel. Tonight we're going to talk about who knows what. I mean, really, we can talk about anything. The main topic tonight is going to be staying positive in the middle of adversity. But sometimes the conversation just starts out there and it takes a left-hand turn. So we'll see where it goes. But the main topic is going to be how to stay positive when things are going wrong, maintaining a good attitude, just how to just, stay on top of things. So that's what we're going to be talking about. So sit back and relax. It's a little echoey in here, and I'm sorry for that. I'm actually out and about. I've been traveling, so I don't have any control over the acoustics of the room. So sorry about that. And SRX Gaming, hello, and welcome to the live stream. It's good to see you. And I have 2 people watching now. So if the second person would go ahead and jump on into the chat, we can all just relax and enjoy each other's company. We got 3 watching now, so hop on in and welcome in. So staying positive. If you guys have followed my videos, you know I've been hit with another health challenge. So what we're going to do is we're just going to add that onto the list and just go from there. Because the thing is about health challenges, you have to listen to the doctor, follow your medical advice, and then just go from there. But the really big challenge is keeping that positive attitude going. So we're going to be talking about that. And if you guys have any suggestions, just go ahead and toss those right on into the comment section. Of course, you guys don't want to forget to click like while you're here. So do that. And, we'll talk about other things too. Just see where the conversation goes. And of course, as you guys come in, if you want to connect with each other, go ahead, because staying positive is also about making those connections, and that's how you make it all work. So if you'll just bear with me, I'm not sure that this ever went out on Twitter. Okay, yes, it did, I'm being told. Okay, excellent. And I see it posted on Facebook as well. Okay, great. So we've got it posted, which is great. It usually takes people a little bit to come in. So we'll just kind of hang out a minute and just kind of wait on it. Xerex Gaming, hello. I'm checking out your channel. I'm over here peeking at it. I see you've got 1 video up. I can't play the screen, the sound, so what I'll do is I'm going to bookmark this. See, it says Roblox. Cool. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bookmark this so I can come back to your channel. And I see we have a couple more who have started watching. So you guys go ahead, come on in. And Spider-Man the Hero says, wow. So hello. And welcome. So SRX Gaming, I'm going to bookmark this and I'm going to come back later and check you out. If it'll bookmark. Okay, there we go. Watch later, click. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I actually haven't done too many videos as far as adding them to the watch later playlist. I wasn't sure how to do that. So it's all good. So anyhow, what have you guys been doing? I hope you've had a good weekend. Mine has been a little interesting with the latest little health thing here. But you know, that's part of life. I mean, we know in life that we're going to have problems at some point, and we know we're going to have times in life where it's all going to be great. And so I think for me, for staying positive, it's about remembering the good times when the bad times are getting kind of rough. So, keeping a little notes, keeping a journal, those things help me stay positive. What about you guys that are in the chat? I know we've just got two. And if you guys listen later, do please leave your comments down below so you can share them. I know some of the people who would normally be here tonight at 9 are actually in a conference. So you guys, when you come back by, jump in later. And also, we're going to be talking about, I need some input from you guys on the live streams. And that is, you know, Sunday nights we do at 9 o'clock. And I've got some folks that watch after they go to services and stuff. And so, except for the ones that are at a conference tonight. But what I want from you guys is a general idea if 9 p.m. works better for you. We've also been doing some live streams on Tuesdays, which of course this Tuesday didn't happen. So what I would like to get some feedback from you on is, would 9 o'clock be better on Tuesdays? Or would it be better to do like 2 p.m. or 3 p.m.? Some of our UK folks have problems getting here if we do it at night. Some of the nighttime folks have problems getting here during the day. So that's why I want to do a nighttime chat and a daytime chat. So you guys let me know what you think is going to work. And let's see, Spider-Man says it's 8:13 p.m. where he is. Okay. And 2 p.m. would be better. Okay, good to know. I'm going to, over on my Facebook page later, on the group page, Gayle Vlogs, I'm going to be posting a poll over there. So all the feedback is important. Oh, I've got 3 watching now. If the third person wants to come on in and join us in the chat room, that would be great. And so 2 p.m. is better for you, Spider. Averil's Vlogs. Hello, ma'am, my friend. I am here. Hello and welcome. It's good to have you. Very, very good to have you. You know, we were just talking about live streams and the time for live streams. So while you're here, give me your opinion. We're going to do some 9 p.m., but also I'm looking at Tuesdays, and I've had some changes. I mean, had some people talk to me about a different time. So Avril, does like 2 p.m. Eastern time in the U.S. work for you? Or what do you think? And yes, I remember you. You did the video with your dog and you were walking around with the garden with the flowers, and it was so pretty. And we talked about music. So what do you think? We had a little conversation back and forth there. So yep, I remember you. But I'll be honest, guys, I don't remember everybody, but you guys, I do remember you. And Averil's Vlog says, thank you so much. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Because you did the video with the cute dog, and I'm a dog freak. And I'll be honest, my dog is part of what helps me be positive when things are going rough. And it's just because It's just part of who he is. You know, I can have the world's worst day and come on in and pet him, and my day, it turns around. And that's obviously that's not a task that's trained in a service dog. That's just the benefits of having a dog. So, as far as one of my stress relievers, he's it. Yeah, he's laying in here in the floor right now, just hanging out. Oops. Yeah, there goes the storm. They're everywhere. Spider-Man the Hero says, Gayle, I sent you a message on Hangouts. I don't know if you got them. No, I didn't. I will check that later. I am out of town again. I don't have access regularly to the internet. Just got in here about 2 hours ago and was able to hook onto the internet. So I'll check those though. That Hangout address of Gayle at GayleCrabtree.com, that should come to my phone. So I don't know why I didn't get it, but I will check into that. So I don't know what's up with it. So. And technology is so great, but it can be so frustrating. Oh well, guess we all have our tech challenges, don't we? So, but I'll look for that. And Spider-Man the Hero says, okay, and thank you. Yep. Speaking of tech challenges, we had somebody that we know, he's not a super tech when it comes to computers, but he looked at the other one and he said that part of the port or something had melted and it looks like it was a power surge. So that's not cool. Oh, hey, Clara, welcome. Hey, guys, Clara has been my friend for like decades, and she has lived to tell the tale. So welcome, Clara. Clara, is it hot where you are? Yeah, I got to tell you that another way that I like to stay positive is by going out of town, and we went to see some folks in the desert, and it gets a little hot out there. So, yeah. So I'm trying to get Clara to come in one day and talk to us. We'll have to sweet talk you, Clara. And Clara says, how you doing? Yes, in the hundreds. Yeah. Wow. That's hot. Avril, does it get that hot where you are? I start dying if it gets above 90, I promise you. Don't scare them. Hello. It's all good. So, yeah. So what we're going to talk about is staying positive. I've already mentioned that I like to journal and I like to pet the dog. The Villas channel is here. Hey, the Villas channel, welcome. We have some rocking folks in the house. Hey, you guys, do me a favor. That little like button down there, if you've not hit it yet, please go ahead and do that because I'd appreciate that. So, and you guys know each other. I know some of you may have connected already through other live streams and other channels. So dive right in. So Avril's got a neat channel. She does some vlogging. And Spider-Man's got a neat channel. He's got some phenomenal woodworking stuff up that he's done. So check each other out. Because with, one of the things like with YouTube and the whole monetization, anything, or everything, yeah, connecting with other channels, getting that support going. You have to have support to stay positive. And like the Villas channel, some of the things that I like about your channel, guys, is it's always positive based. It's always about neat things to do, whether you're doing the street food over in Mexico. I think I saw that video. I hope that was your channel. I think it was. Going to New York City. I know I saw that on your channel because I was like blown away. Every time I see a New York City channel, it's like old home week to me. So that always makes me feel good. Spider-Man the hero, click dislike. Now, come on, Spider-Man. You can fix that. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Thank you. I noticed the other day I had somebody that went through and clicked a bunch of dislikes on my videos. I had like 17 show up one day. So the sign of a troll. Hopefully that troll, hopefully the troll stayed around long enough that I got a view for each dislike. That's all I'm hoping. Oh, thank you, Clara. I appreciate that. Shares mean a lot with, especially, the whole YouTube climate right now. The shares mean a lot. The interactions mean a lot. The comments, the likes, not the dislikes, please. But, all of that means a lot right now in the current YouTube climate. So it really helps me out. And I appreciate it. I really do. Because you guys are the best. And the dog's looking at me like, why did you just make that noise? He can just lay there. And we have another one watching now. Hey, fourth person. If you want to go ahead and jump on in that chat, you just go right ahead. Make yourself at home. So you guys, what do you guys do when the chips are down? What do you guys do to perk back up? And let's see. Speaking about the chips being down, I think this laptop's down a little bit. Okay. Hopefully that's better. So there we go. And, I guess I should mention that another thing that I like to do to stay positive is watch YouTube videos and stream some good music. If you guys are not familiar with H-Top Music, it's a copyright-free, no copyright channel. And he's usually on, I think, around 7. And I like to just stream that and have that going into the background, just to have some music for like the dreaded cleaning house and stuff like that. Homework. So, which homework? I don't have that problem right now, which is good. And Spider-Man the Hero says, what was wrong with that one laptop? Something got fried. Yeah, that's what I was saying. The friend of ours that looked at it, who is by no means a big guru. I mean, he's not been trained or anything. But when he looked at it, he said that it looked like the port where my cord fixed had melted. And so he wasn't holding out any hope for anything other than using it as a doorstop. And he fussed at me a little bit. He said that I should have had it on a surge protector, which I know I should have, but I don't know why I didn't. I guess that when I'm using the laptop, I just get a little lax in the surge protectors. Not a good thing. So yeah. That's an easy fix, okay? Well, he said that it was not going to be fixable at all. So, yeah, I don't. Clara says, Gayle, I'm not ignoring, just cooking and listening. Okay. That's okay, Clara. We'll give you a pass. We all have to have dinner. So, yeah. And that's how, that's how some people stay encouraged too. And I'm actually thinking about my next book being about staying positive. I haven't decided for sure. I hope to make a decision by fall and decide on publishers and so forth, things like that. The little techie, detaily stuff that nobody likes to think about. I'll be back. I need to take a shower. Did he get your photo off that hard drive for you? No, he was actually not able to pull anything off of the hard drive. So I had a lot of it backed up, but I didn't have everything. But I did wind up somehow with a little bit more backed up than I thought. So it's a little frustrating, but I really learned a hard lesson. And that is next time, plug it up into a surge protector. So yeah. And Clara says, that is a great idea, Gayle. Thank you, Clara. And Clara, you and I need to talk about trigger warnings sometime. We created a huge, I don't know if you want to call it a monster or what, but I found out some really cool stuff, which we can talk about. Spider-Man the Hero asking about the computer, asks what brand is it? Spider-Man, it was an Acer, not an Asus, but an Acer. Yeah. I also had somebody tell me I shouldn't buy Acer. I should get computers that are a little more heavy duty. So I don't know. I've not looked into other brands that much. I tend to get what I can afford. And at that point in time, what I could afford was the Acer. So computers are expensive, as you guys all know. And hey, we do have a fourth person watching, so go ahead and come on into the chat room. We're getting off topic now and then, but that's just us. Pretty much we're talking about staying positive in the middle of adversity. But we've also talked about computers, and the Village channel has popped in, and April's vlogs, and Spider-Man the Hero's in, Clara Nielsen. And that's something too that I actually didn't realize how disconnected, which I know disconnected as in the internet, we all have to disconnect and unplug once in a while. But I didn't realize kind of like how just out on the limb and how weird I felt by not having a computer for several days. I had the tablet, I had my phone, and I had the little school computer that I got, but I usually use it just for school because it's easier to tote around. And I just, without having that main computer, I just felt weird. So I just about wanted to like dance a jig or something after I got this one. Plum Bob says, Spider-Man the Hero says, yes, Acer is the new gateway. Acer are bad. Yeah, I know that now. It's a hard lesson to learn. And Plum Bob is in. Hey, Plum Bob, welcome in. It says, hi, Gayle, just stopping by to say hi. Your last post had me concerned. Very nice to see you are well. Thank you, Plum Bob. Got a little scary there. So what they're doing is they have me on this little heart monitor telemetry or whatever you want to talk about. And so I get to wear this. I'll wear it for 30 days. Then the cardiologist said that if they don't get the information that they need in 30 days, they're going to do an implant. The implant's going to be a little bit of a bigger deal, not just because of the implant, but some things that go around with that. So, yeah, it's one of those things, but and it gets me down. But something that really helps pull me up is to stop and realize that we've got this medical technology, and we've got it because it helps. So it's kind of like my leg brace. I feel like I can look at it in one of two ways. I can either get upset that I have to use these things, and I won't lie, once in a while I do. And so I have to like smack myself out of it. Because the other way that you can look at it, and I really believe that this is the best way, and that is to say, these tools exist for a reason. They help me live my life better, and or in this case, the monitor is helping the doctors get more information so they can help me live my life better. So either way, it's a win. I just have to remember to look at it that way. And when you look around and you see people who are in such a terrible situation with either their life, or they're living next to a volcano, or there's earthquakes, or there's some kind of disaster, whether it's natural or man-made or a personal disaster, and you look at those people and the things that they're going through rather, and how they deal with everything and still put one foot in front of the other and get up and do whatever they can every day, then for me, that helps put things in perspective. Whether it's a person who is, some people struggle with depression. And for people who are struggling with depression, just getting up in the morning is an accomplishment, and it should be celebrated. So, whether I'm looking at people who have depression, or people who are living next to the volcano. It really helps me put things in perspective. And having friends like you who ask and check in and tell me your concern really also helps, because it helps me feel more connected. And that's something else that I think that we all have to remember when we're going through something bad. So anyway, all that whole long song and dance is, I should have just cut to the chase, Plum Bob, and said thank you and let you know I appreciate that, because I do. So, and getting back to the chat, Plum Bob said, oops, I just answered that. And I really do mean it when I say thank you. Okay, guys. Clara said, yes, we do need to talk. Acer computers aren't great. I am down to only a tab in my phone. Clara, is that not the weirdest feeling when you're used to having a computer and then bam, it's gone and you've got the computer? So, I mean, you don't have the computer, you've just got the tablet. As Spider-Man the Hero says, most computers are good, but it's not the computers that get messed up. It's really Microsoft and Windows 10. I really don't like Windows 10. I like Windows 7. Windows 10 is so buggy. Sorry, Gayle, for getting off topic. No, that's good. That's good. Computers are an issue that we all have to deal with too, and they can be so frustrating. But there again, like the other things I mentioned, they're tools. They help us live our lives better. Except for Windows 10. Sometimes we wonder. So, but now, come on, I mean, Windows 10 is a gift to the world compared to Windows 8. So, and I still think that the worst Windows operating platform ever was that Windows ME back at the turn of the century, so to speak. The Windows ME back, I think that was right before Windows 2000 came out. So, yeah. I really think that the best computer I ever had, and I may have said this one time, but I honestly think the best computer I ever had was an IBM running Lotus, or that was one of the programs on it, rather. But that's going back to the dark ages of the internet. That goes back to your 2400 baud modems and stuff. What's it, bud? You're whining. It's okay. All right. So, sorry if you guys heard that. That's Tomlin whining down here. We just heard a car pull in, so that's why he's whining. Plum Bob says, I use a Mac and have a second one for backup. I had that scare you're talking about when I got some coffee on it and went to the repair shop for a month. Wow. You know, that's the thing. At least I wasn't without an answer for a month. I knew it was in trouble. I knew it wouldn't boot back up. And so I got the other one, but at least I had something. So, yeah. I'd been saving, trying to pay off a bill or two. And so I was able to take that and get the other computer, but oh well. So Plum Bob, if you've got a Mac and a second one for backup, you must really like them. I know they're really popular with graphic artists. Yeah, it's all good. Sorry, guys, if you can hear him do that. I never know what the microphone picks up and what it doesn't. And Plum Bob says, oh, for some reason it popped up twice about using a Mac and a second one. Interesting. Interesting. My chat's going crazy. Okay. Oh, I see. It's the, okay. And Clara says, Amen, Gayle. Oh no, my phone is lagging and spinning. Absolutely. All I have my tablet for is for data. LOL, grr, Windows. I really like Asus computers, but it's mainly a gaming computer. Yeah, I had an Asus the first time I went to Alaska, and that thing was bad to the bone. It was smooth. I didn't have any lag time. It ran every program I ever needed to do. Video was good. Everything was great, you know. And then it kind of started messing up. But I had that thing for, I will bet you, 3.5 years easy. And it was great. So I even, on the trip to Alaska, that's the one that I put on the hood of my car, and it went skittering off the hood of the car, and it actually hit the curb before hitting the ground fully. And it was fine. So I had a couple of big long scratches in it, and I had a little crack on the case. Otherwise, it was perfect. I would have been so lost without that the first time I went to Alaska too, because I got Wi-Fi a whole lot more often than I got cell phone service, but it was great. And Plum Bob says, my kids told me Apple was the way to go. I have an Apple TV and iPhone as well. They're all linked and it is very convenient. That's great. Because nothing beats convenience. I mean, we have to have that now. You know, I think all of America and everybody who's wired, if we don't have that convenience, we wonder what's happening to our world. You know, I mean, we're a land of people who, you know, it takes 8 minutes to bake a potato and we think we're dying. You know, our grandparents, they would like so laugh at us. Our grandparents and great grandparents who had to like cook things the real way, they would have a field day with us now. You know, I can actually remember people talking about, you know, making a phone call and calling somebody and they wouldn't get an answer. And it's my aunt that was talking about it. And she was like, just fuss a little bit about the audacity on her part that she would actually think that somebody on the other end would think she was so busy and stop everything that they were doing just to talk to her. And she would be like, of course they're busy. Nobody drops everything for a phone call. And that was just like so her, because now in this world that we've got, if that phone rings more than like 5 seconds, everybody gets twitchy. And if we don't get a call back right when we think we should, we get twitchy. So, and Plum Bob says, my info transfers wirelessly. For example, any photos I take during the day transfer to the computer. I'm simply amazed. That's great. that kind of transfer, it makes life so much simpler. And Clara says, where are you now? Home? Nope, Clara, I'm not home. Right now, I am sitting in North Carolina. And in 2 weeks, I'll be in Mississippi. 3, 2. I can't now. No. Yeah, 2 weeks I'll be in Mississippi. I had to stop and think. All this traveling is starting to blend together. But we have an annual work conference that we always have to go to in North Carolina. So Claire Nielsen says, Gayle, I remember party lines. Wow. I just barely remember those. We didn't have one, but I remember everybody talking about it and talking about talking on them. I guess we had party lines, then we had ICQ, then we had forums, and now we have YouTube and chat rooms, right? Everything to keep us connected. But I've heard over and over and over from people who have gone through some really difficult things about how it was difficult and they were going through a rough time, and just pick the topic, because with being online forever, I've had the benefit of talking to lots of people on lots of different topics, but being connected and being able to have instant communication or just communication at all with other people, that's been really helpful. And Clara Nielsen says, another 1,000 miles till you can come and see me. There you go. That's a thought. I would actually love to come back out and see you, except not late June, July, or August. Maybe in like January or February. That would probably be a really good time to come out. So. But yeah, we've been home so little that we were talking about my little PT Cruiser. And I love my PT Cruiser. That's what I drove to Alaska the first time. It's been out west. It's been to Florida, DC, anywhere I could think of to drive it. And we are, as of this morning or yesterday morning, yesterday was Saturday, right? As of yesterday morning, when we left, I have 21 miles to go before I hit the big 400,000 miles on the PT Cruiser. So I'm going to get to give up my 300,000 mile club little plaque thing that goes around the license plate and switch that out for a 400,000. So not a whole lot of cars are getting 400,000 miles these days, so I'm kind of proud of it. And Clara says, much better for sure. Yes, ma'am. And Plum Bob says, I'm trying not to let the technology rule my life, resisting the urge to be attached to the phone, etc. That's good. That's real good, because we have to have a balance. And I think being connected all the time, we lose that balance. But it's about it. I'm guilty. I like my phone. I like it a lot. But I worry a lot when I don't have it, because I'm just like, something will happen. Either the car will break down, or the kids will get sick, or my husband will get sick, or I'll need to buy something. And Plum Bob says, I will leave the phone and only check it through the day. That's good. That would drive me crazy. So, although I will admit that if the phone rings and I'm in a meeting, I'll look at it, and if it's not like urgent, I won't leave the meeting. I'll wait till after the meeting and call people back. So. And that's the nice thing about caller ID when it works, is you can see immediately, like, is it the boss calling or is it my daughters? Plum Bob says, the problem is people don't understand and some will take offense, but I try to explain. Yeah, but Plum Bob, not having the phone every minute is going to be a big deal for you with the apprenticeship, because you can't have your hands occupying and repairing something and then keep getting that phone every 5 minutes. Just the way you work, it's just not conducive to grabbing that phone every time it rings. I can't imagine that it would be anyway. I just got something coming through on Twitter here. What was coming through on Twitter? Okay. Sorry, I got a couple of things through on Twitter. I was just checking to see if they related to the live stream, and they don't, so that's okay. I focus. I have a mild touch of attention deficit. Yeah, I can see where it would help to stay focused. Because even without attention deficit, if you have to grab the phone every few minutes when you're working on a project, that's going to throw off anybody. Well, guys, this storm is getting a little closer over here. I may have to go in a few minutes. Let's see. Plum Bob says the young people seem to deal with it better. And I agree, but I also agree that I also want to say that I think the reason they deal with it better is because they're being trained almost to have an attention deficit disorder. I mean, when I was young, the thing was go outside and play. I'll flash the porch light on when it's time for you to go home. Flash forward with my kids, I wouldn't let them out, if I couldn't be with them. And I wouldn't let them, when they were older, I wouldn't let them go ride their bicycles around the yard or around the walkie-talkies. And now kids don't have a chance to go outside. And from the young age, they've got phones thrust in their face. And we'll see them at restaurants and they're watching videos on mom or dad's phone. Or we'll see them at church and they're watching a video before church. And when they leave, they're watching a video or they're texting somebody. It's just this constant, and like church services now, if they're not multimedia, people go to sleep. And I think all of that, I just wonder if it's not essentially teaching kids to have attention deficit disorder by wiring it in when they're younger and hitting them with so much exposure to, like multiple streams of information or a video or listening to music while they're watching a video, stuff like that. So yeah, I think young people do seem to deal with it better, but it's like, at what cost? Yes, it's storming closer. I get that. Sorry, guys. Sorry about the whining. Okay, well, yeah, that was a little close. Yeah. I tell you what, guys, because it is storming so close, I try to keep the live streams to around an hour anyway, which we're just over that by a few minutes, so that's totally fine. That's great. But just because with the storm and stuff being closer. It was very nice to visit. Plum Bob says, it's very nice to visit with you this evening, Gayle. Very happy to see your smile and enjoy your positivity. Thanks for everything. Good night, and I will see you next time. Plum Bob, thank you, and good night to you too, and thank you for hanging out. And Clara, I'm going to say the same thing to you, and thank you for hanging out too. I hope your dinner turned out good, and Plum Bob, I just thank you for being here. So you guys, until next time, don't forget, live bodaciously, be bold, be bodacious, and I'm going to see you all out, about, and online. So bye.